Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, people. Your boy, Man Mike here, with a special Atlanta Falcons live Q&A with my boy, K Styles, kicking it with K Styles. Done from the Feli Sports Podcast, aka the creator of Georgia Sports Hospitality Media Group, where your boy, Man Mike, is a member, also affiliate there, with Devontae, Cookie by Nature. We got a whole crew of people there. So we're going to talk about the general managers. I hope you guys can kind of understand me, but a little bit under the weather. These damn allergies are kicking my behind right now, but yeah, I should be able to make it through. But it's all about general managers, man. I know a lot of people are trying to figure out, who are the favorites. And for me personally, I think it's down to three. One, I think is still Rick Smith. I think he's high on their radar, as well as Brad Holmes, and the third one, who done?
Terry Fortnote.
Terry Footnote. Who do you have in mind? Like, who out of those three, who would you prefer?
If you're going with someone who's proven, who has a track record already, it'd be Rick Smith. And I say Rick Smith because I know what he can do as far as the offensive line and defensive line, evaluating talent in those areas that the Falcons need in the worst way. I'll go with him. But if you're trying to beat someone at their own game, we're talking about our arch rival, then it'd be Terry Fortnote. All right. Terry Fortnote has been with the Saints for 16 years now. Been there pretty much with 04. So he saw them grab Drew Brees and draft Reggie Bush and all those guys. Won the Super Bowl 2009. Had a few 7-9 seasons, but ever since 2017 has been a playoff contending team. Pretty much won the NFC South since then. So I don't know why a lot of fans up in arms on not getting this man. I know some people hit me up saying, "Oh, I don't want nothing to do with the Saints." I'm like, look, I really don't care. Like, if he's gonna bring in a winning culture to this franchise and he can evaluate the talent like we need to, then I'm all for him. But Brad Holmes is another interesting name too, because he's been with the Rams for 13 years, and he drafted one of the best defensive tackles in the game, Aaron Donald, and then also drafted Gurley. So all three of those guys are pretty much, you can't go wrong with either one, and then you start digging into who they're going to bring in as a head coach.
Mm-hmm. K Styles, what you got, bro? I know you got a much simpler. I know you got.
You usually mine are a little bit more simpler than y'all's. No, I got to keep it simple for dummies here. But basically like what Don said, as far as the one thing these three GMs have in common is defense, trench play.
Right.
Things that this team has not had in years. Like you said, Aaron Donald, like I said, can't get no better than that.
Exactly.
Like I said, Rich Smith, like I said, he's helped build that defense from the ground up. Since Mario Williams, he started off.
Yep, he drafted Mario Williams in 2006. He could have drafted Vince Young or Reggie Bush, but he drafted Mario Williams.
So he's built. So like I said, he's used to building the defense up. Like I said, I asked the people this: Do you want a Thomas Dimitrov clone? Because we damn sure don't want that.
They want somebody that's going to draft a quarterback. That's all it is.
But the thing about it is, like I said, you have three defensive-minded GMs. A quarterback will mostly be unlikely. Like we not getting rid of the possibility that it might happen as far as them drafting a quarterback. But you coming from three different organizations that defy toughness, accountability in the trenches. And that's what the Falcons need.
Exactly. Speed Falcons for life, man. What's going on with you, man?
He's going to get two.
I love you, man. I really do, man. I know you in my lives too, and I appreciate your support. But you said if you had Terry Ford, the Aints are going to get 2 third-round comp picks, bruh. Oh,
okay. So
okay.
We don't give a damn.
It's a win. Like, look, we need a GM. Look, and guess what? If we hire Brad Holmes, guess what? The Rams are going to get 3 comp picks. So
exactly.
it doesn't matter. Like, that's a new rule. The league wants to see more minorities get these jobs.
Right.
So it's a cost to that. So they're gonna get 3 comp picks, and we get a talent evaluator.
Exactly.
I think that's a great. Honestly, I think that's a great way to go because I know a lot of people are still upset about the Falcons being losing Kyle Shanahan. We essentially got nothing out of the deal. Him leaving to get a head coaching job. It's like, for me personally, I think this is not only a step in the good direction because hiring someone's general manager, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators, assistant GMs, and things of that nature, man, it hurts, the team, and it rewards the guys that actually hired them, especially if this, the head coach, he goes and have success anywhere. Like, what the hell do we got? We got nothing but hell out of Kyle Shanahan leaving. We got nothing out of it.
Only we got these fans being entitled. Oh, we need to bring Kyle Shanahan. I'm like, oh man,
yeah, that's all we got. And total misery. I'm the biggest Kyle Shanahan fan, but we got nothing out of it but hell.
Exactly. Here's my thing, and this is what the league should do. And this is something I've been keeping to myself for a while, but I'll share it on this live. Say, for instance, any team, and I don't care about what color it is, a team loses a coordinator to a head coaching job. All right. That head coach go to another team. That coach go to another team to be a head coach. Within the 3 years, he's there. If he gets that team to a Super Bowl berth, don't have to win it, but a Super Bowl berth, the team that he came from should get a second-round comp pick, in that year's draft that he goes to the Super Bowl. I feel like that's a good thing because you groomed that team, groomed that person to be a better coach. And he's going off to another team doing better things. So therefore, that team that he came from should get a second-round comp pick.
Yeah. What you think about that, K-Style?
At the end of the day, a compensatory pick doesn't really mean a damn thing if he's not on the field. At the end of the day, we want to change culture. You might have to risk giving up those picks, but hey, do you want to be powder puff Falcons for the rest of the goddamn time? Because I know I don't.
That's it.
I'm already fat as dough boy. I don't need powder puff looking at every Sunday.
Hey, I think, like I said, man, I think that's a good step in the direction. Another thing, a lot of people having a conversation with the boys in AFN, and a lot of things that people don't understand about the process, the off-season process, whether it's hiring, and especially when you fired your general manager and you're trying to figure out, okay, we need to get him on a certain time. We need to get a general manager here quick. One of the ways that you can avoid that, of not only hiring the wrong GM, kind of rushing into things, is that what a lot of teams have done is they've created their own staff as far as scouting department is concerned. I think that's what a lot of fans right now thinking about. Okay, we need to get a general manager so we can, get this draft. They've already begun the draft process. What they're doing now is bringing in a general manager that coincides with that vision. That's it. The Falcons know exactly what they're doing. They knew what they was doing before the season. Like, when they fired Dan Quinn, they knew exactly where they was going with it. They know exactly what they was going to do. And like I said, a lot of people don't understand that every NFL team has their individual, their own scouting department. The general manager, when he comes in, he just adds to it. Those are his assistants. So that's something that I wanted to kind of clear up. Because a lot of people don't know that about the NFL. It's a lot of things. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you're totally reliant on a general manager coming in and saving you, especially when it's like 2 or 3 months. The draft is in April, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in April. So you giving your GM 3 months to get a draft board together. Yeah, that's not a smart way to do it. So I think, right now, a lot of people ain't gonna want to hear this. But Rich McKay has been running things from the beginning. He's been running things. He's gonna draft exactly who he wants, and I have a idea. I think we all have an idea, especially based on the general managers that we've got. That's been in the news as far as the rumors are concerned. You got Rick Smith, Brad Holmes, and Terry Fontenot. All those guys are known for one thing, and that's defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we said, you look at the next level, and before I start talking about next level, let me go back and piggyback on what you said, Mike, about the scouting. This is why we brought Rustin Webster in early in the season when we fired Dimitrov. We already know what we want to do. All right. Rich McKay already know what type of identity he wants this team to go to in the next direction. It's already been set. So when we hire, it's like a transition of power. And we fired Dimitrov. I ain't saying we fired him early. He should have been fired earlier than that. But at the end of the season, that's when most teams cut their ties with the head coach and the GM department, the GM or the department. It's a transition of power. All right. Within that transition of power, they need to see, okay, well, this is what we've been doing. This is the direction we want to go to. What's your vision? And this is why a lot of people, like a lot of GMs, either got a call and they said no, or we told them, hey, well, we'll holler at y'all down the road 5 years from now if we go into a different direction. Because their plan have to match our plan. And if it does not, they're not getting a job. So now we're talking about what can Brad Holmes bring and what can Terry Fontenot or Rick Smith can bring. Fontenot has already been linked to Joe Brady. All right. Joe Brady is 31 years old, a very offensive mind. We know he's the best known for LSU. Their offense coordinator last year, won national championship. He's been with Carolina this year. Their offense looked good, but it's only going to look as good as Christian McCaffrey being out most of the season, and then you have Teddy Bridgewater as your quarterback. So, but he still produced above average offense with that. So just imagine, him having Matt Ryan, Julio, Calvin Ridley. We don't know who our running back is going to be in 2021, but you can imagine it'd be better than what he had in Carolina outside of Christian McCaffrey. And you look at Brad Holmes and you look at Brandon Staley. Check out the video I put on Brandon Staley on Feel the Sports podcast. I scouted this guy back in October. A lot of people didn't even know who this guy was. All right, he's also a young prodigy coach. He knows a lot of S's and O's. And guess what? He also knows the offensive side of the ball too. So if it was my choice, I would go with Staley over Brady because of what we need in defense. And you see how that Rams defense has been playing. He loves to get to the quarterback. He knows how to scheme his guys to get sacks. We just ain't talking about getting pressure. Because, getting pressure on the quarterback is one thing. But actually getting home is a different thing. So.
Yeah. Also want to say, Miss Maggie T is in the damn chat. She might end up putting her foot in your ass because you said,
yeah, she ended up raising hell. I text you. You need to look at your phone. You need to look at your phone.
But
raising all types of hell.
Go ahead,
But
Mike.
this is the Q&A part, man. Again, you guys check out that video. And please check out the Feline Sports Podcast. Done. He's got all the information on not only the general head coaches, man. He's done a breakdown on quite a few. So you definitely want to check him out at the Feline Sports Podcast. Help him kind of get to that 3,000, man. He already at 2,000, but we're gonna try to help him get over 3,000, man. Get to that 3,000. Help me get to that. Like, man, I'm like 50 away. This is the slowest damn. I've been trying to get to 5,000 for so long, and it's like I'm 50 away, and it just seems like it's taking forever, man. That one number just keep it's taking forever. It really is just taking forever, man. But
Really get that, man.
It definitely will. You guys see any comments? I know this with K-Style. He relishes in this type of moment.
Oh, yeah.
I know you see some K-Style.
Yeah, I see Speed Falcon for Life talking about I'm putting this one. Draft Surtain, Sewell, or Parsons. What y'all feel about that? Because I actually did a video that actually released today talking about pro football focus and what the hold on, let me get my cut about what the hell they was talking about.
Are you talking about trading Matt Ryan and
no, they didn't even say all that. They was talking about drafting Devonta Smith or Jamar Chase with the 4th overall pick.
I saw that mess too.
I'm looking my God. I'm looking like
crap, man. I was like, man, if y'all don't shut up. See, this is what I can't stand like, stop giving these people false hope. We're not getting the Devonta. Like, we don't have enough. For one, we already got a potential star, a superstar in Calvin Ridley, and Calvin Ridley gonna get paid. Okay, y'all think Julio got paid? Calvin Ridley gonna get paid because the market. We already know how the market is. It don't give a damn. It don't really matter. You know, if you're on pace, this number, that number. Every year, the number gets bigger. The market gets bigger. And you're going to have to pay these guys even bigger numbers. So right now, you think Julio 21, 22, $22 million a year? You think that's something? Just wait to Calvin Ridley when his contract is due. He's going to get that and more.
Look,
so
if Devonta Smith and Chase ain't coming to play cornerback or outside linebacker, then they can throw their mocks out in the trash can, man. I don't want that. We need defense. All right. Now, the only offensive person I'm thinking of is Penny Sewell. Sewell, that's somebody you just can't give up on, man. If he's there at 4, you got to draft him. Find him a way to put on the line. Like I said, you move Jake Matthews to the left guard, and you put Sewell at tackle. Your line is set for another 4 years. Until McGarry and Lindstrom contracts is up, and you can either resign them if they play well. If they not, hey, go to the draft somebody else.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the Penny Sewell thing myself, only because I think Mike alluded to this on one of the shows we had. I think him and Coach kind of agreed on it. Kind of move, like I said, you could move McGarry to that left guard spot because he has the mentality of a guard.
Yeah.
Tackle. That Sewell's he's already an animal as it is already. You see the face paint.
I love watching
Yeah, he like that Umonga back in the day.
No, I was about to get to that. I'm about to say, that's him right there. That's him right there. But like that's why I always say, in order for you to change the culture in Atlanta, you have to change the mentality of your trenches. Why not get a offensive lineman like that? Like I said, this could be our Quentin Nelson right there if you get him at that spot.
Yeah.
If you get Michael Parsons, then you'll have to change it to a 3-4 because you already got a lot of athletes at that position already.
Yeah.
Plus Keanu Neal. Technically, Keanu Neal is really a linebacker playing safety.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we did a show on Michael Parsons last night. Y'all can check that out on Field Sports. It could look. My thing is you draft Will Parsons. I don't know about Satan, but we may end up trading back.
Yeah.
We may end up trading back because we got so many holes on defense, man.
Yeah,
like, you got to think about all these guys on these 1-year deals. I don't think we're going to be signing some of these guys back.
Yeah, I don't think so. The only guy that I can see of signing is really Keanu Neal, and like Keanu with Dan Quinn going to Dallas, he may want to go back because he might want to go play with Dallas, be with Dan Quinn, Joe Witt, and those guys. Joe Witt actually, he joined the staff there. He's the DB coach there, but outside of that, I just don't see. Like the Falcons are going to have to draft. I think we have our franchise corner and AJ Terrell, man. I think his not only his ability to recognize routes, I think at this age, I think is extraordinary. He's only going to get better. His confidence is still there. I think you can kind of get away with some things here and there if you draft a free safety to kind of help the Falcons with a lot of their range issues. The Falcons are not this year, especially with Ricardo Allen there. The range has been the issues with the free safety, as well as some awareness things, some inexperience with Sherrod Neesman. Neesman is I think he's a decent player, but the lack of experience with him, that you can see it last year, where he made some decent plays, but him not having that experience kind of hurt him. I wouldn't be against him bringing him back, but the Falcons at this point, they have to draft a free safety with range. And that's something that they definitely they have to focus on. But if I were pressed, man, I'm not drafting Surtain. I'm not drafting Michael Parsons. I love Parsons. I think the Falcons will have to go to a 3-4 in order to get him. But being that you have Deion Jones and you may want to re-sign Foye Oluokun, that's a lot of money to be spending on linebackers. And I don't know any NFL team that is paying all three linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Big time money, $20 million up, because that's what Foye is. He's going to get $20 million easy. He's going to get that. So I think for sure, for certain, that they are definitely they got to go defensive line, man. They got to get somebody next to Grady Jarrett, man, because you got Grady Jarrett, who's just an absolute freaking monster. That dude can play all across the line, and then you have a guy who may play like a Quinnen Williams. I think the Jets will actually have him on the market if they can somehow figure out a way to get him in to play alongside Grady Jarrett, man, and then you draft a young defensive end. That right there instantly one of the best defensive lines in the game. Just with Grady and Quinnen side by side. You know what I'm saying? I think that's disgusting. It's like a prime Gerald McCoy with the Ndamukong Suh. That right there, bro. I'm just going crazy just thinking about Quinnen Williams and Grady Jarrett together. Like, just think about that.
I see you almost caught yourself right there. I ain't want to say that.
I caught myself. hey,
I'm about to say, we got Utah Sports in the building, man. What's going on, man? But let's hit this $5.
I had to jump in here.
Dude drop. He said we need to trade back. We only carried over 38 contracts over from this season, so we're going to have depth issues if we don't.
Thank you, New Drops, man. Appreciate you saying that, because we've been saying this for a while now, and folks don't understand the value of trading back and getting more. Because look, we're not gonna be active in free agency like that. We don't have the money. We ain't got the money. So your best bet is to get some of these rookies out of the draft. You sign them for cheap deals, and you try to get the best out of them, in the off season. And week one, hey, roll them out, see what they can do.
Damn, what? All right, so Drew, what you got? What's your take on this so far, man?
Oh man, I've been watching you guys. I want to piggyback off what the Don was just saying. Like, if you guys remember in 2016 when we went to the Super Bowl, the core unit on that defense were rookies like Deion Jones, Devondre Campbell, Vic Beasley. I think was in his second year. I think we drafted him in 2015. Him and Grady Jarrett was 2015, but that whole defense was young. They were like all draft picks. None of those guys was on their second contract yet. Like all of those guys were on their rookie deals. So I agree with what New Drop had put in the super chat. Like, we could really, if we get the right GM and the right scouting, like the scouting team is picking the right players, we can actually, be right back in contention. Like, everybody's saying that this is a rebuild. To me, it's just like a re-up. It's not a rebuild. Like, we're not blowing the team up. We have our core unit here. We just need to add these ancillary pieces. I've been saying that, I don't know for how many shows we've been doing that. We add those ancillary pieces. Like, a lot of people forget the Jonathan Babineaus, the Rasheed Hagermans, like the guys that were doing the dirty work on that team in 2016. Like, Rasheed Hagerman was a huge, like, I was a big Rasheed Hagerman fan when we drafted him because he was a big dude. Like, he didn't have the best technique, but when you 6'5", 300 plus pounds, like, you can't teach size.
That dude was just hard to deal with.
They had to double this man. They had to double this man. This is why you seen the Vic Beasley and the Grady Jarrett 8 that year in 2016 because of him. And this is why I've been saying for a long time, man, we need to get us a bigger guy at that one tech spot, so that way Grady Jarrett and guys like Kaminsky and those guys, they can get to the quarterback.
What in the world, bro?
What in the world, bro? We got a full house.
We got no fun here right now, man.
Good old low. What's good, man?
Hey, I was about to say,
What in the world, man?
Hey, look, I was about to say, Speed Falcon for life pretty much done hit the nail on this, and we've been saying this too. I know I done said this. Our sack leader this season was Deion Jones with 4.5.
Boy.
That's rough right now. That's rough.
Yo, defense ain't gonna win. Yeah.
And that's not even just looking at the number 4.5. That's just like looking at the position. Your linebacker, your middle linebacker, is getting to the quarterback more than your defensive lineman. That's horrible.
Bruh, our defensive line had 28 sacks this season. 16 of those were from the defensive line, with 9 defensive linemen played.
That's rough. That's rough, bro. That's rough.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Before we get to that, we got the Mad Monk ATL with the $20 super chat going on here, man. They said draft and acquire assets. You can still draft what we need. We have no money to work with. Yeah, we asked out on money. We on IOUs right now.
Hey, bro. Hey, right now we at that point where we trying to make spaghetti with ramen noodles, bro. That's where we at right now because we can't afford the regular noodles.
Shit, hell yeah. They get them 32-cent packs from Walmart. You got 32 cents to work with. What the hell you gonna do with that?
Hey man, but I was just going to say that Mike just yesterday he put up this video about Grady Jarrett. Talking about we all know that Grady's a beast. But sometimes you forget it. Sometimes you gotta sometimes we have to be reminded about things. And and if you put that guy who's also a beast next to Grady Jarrett, then those offensive linemen, those guards, and that center, they're gonna have to pick the poison. So I mean, that's definitely what we need to do. Thing is that the guy that they put beside Grady.
And this, it's gonna be more one-on-ones. That's what you want for your.
That's what you want. Yeah. That's what you want. Mm-hmm. The fact of the matter is that the guy that you put beside Grady, he doesn't even have to be that good. Like we just need somebody that's capable of doing something. That's why everybody was so excited about Marlon Davidson. Everybody was like, "Oh man!" Like they're not thinking about what Marlon Davidson is going to do. They're thinking about how it's going to help the whole defensive line. I mean, so yeah, I mean,
we need somebody big that's going to command double teams. All right.
Yeah.
You go look back and look at Aaron Donald 20 sack season. Who he had next to him? The Ndamukong Suh. You have to double the Ndamukong Suh. All right.
Yeah.
And that's
hey man, we got two coaches. All the two at the bottom, these guys are real coaches, okay? Real coaches. All right. That's what we bring here. We bring real NFL players and real coaches. These guys have done it. Well, I just want to make that clear. All right. They know what they're talking about. We know what we're talking about. We don't give you no bull crap. You're getting the truth and the facts from real coaches.
Hey, I'm about to say, technically, the Falcons do have a space eater in Tyler Davidson.
Davidson, I just see Davidson get pushed back a lot.
No, you. I was about to finish the joke here.
Okay, go ahead. I'm being serious right now, but my bad.
Yeah. So yeah. He's a space eater, all right. He eats spaces at Stevie B's. But he's the wrong type of space eater you get because don't nobody respect him.
So I tell people, man, like a guy like a good one tech D tackle or nose guard, teams ain't finna just release this man for nothing. No. But the Saints will release that man, and he said, "Oh man, we got no, I don't know about that."
Man, if you come across a good one tech D tackle, fact of the matter, I don't care what nobody says. If you could go through number 1 through 52 on any roster, the guy who puts gunpowder in his grits every morning is that D tackle. That's the guy that makes everything happen. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care the toughest man on any team. If you got a defensive tackle that's worth anything, it's going to be that defensive tackle. Because just imagine lining up 5 inches away from somebody and just getting hit in the head. And most of the time, you finna get your ribs ate up if you're getting double teamed. If you worth anything, if you worth your weight as a defensive tackle, like you finna catch that 45 double team. So it's just one of those situations where it's like that defensive tackle, that's the guy that makes everything happen on your defense. Not just defensive line, but defense, period.
And he's not showing up on the stat sheet either.
No, he ain't even. Don't nobody ever talk about the big boy, but the big boy would make everything pop off.
Bingo.
And that's what you always say. Look, man, it all starts in the trenches, Jew.
The trenches, man. Yeah. I'm telling y'all, like, people wonder why New England keep them a big boy, 320, 330. They had Vince Wilfork back in the day. Then they went and got what's your boy Sheldon from the Browns. He a big boy.
Yeah,
like, that's what we're missing, man. That's what we're missing on this team. If we go get that big boy that we put next to Grady, man, we create so much problems for other teams. Like, that's why I didn't understand drafting Deidre Sanat, because I'm like, why draft 2 players that are kind of smallish? You know, I like those big, tall, long, big dudes, like 6'3", 6'4", big, 320 pounds. Yeah, man. Look at the Ravens. The Ravens, Brandon Williams.
Yeah,
big boy. You don't hear it in the house.
He my favorite because this dude is Calais is just unblockable. You can't do that with that
dude.
Yeah, man. Calais is 6'8", dog. Like you ain't power forward, dog. You ain't doing nothing with camp.
You can tell he sit down and eat a whole chicken as a snack. Like you can just tell that's just a big boy, man. But hey, man, I just want to come on, holler at y'all right quick. I wanted to holler at my homeboy Don Dot over here, because I been seeing you do your thing, man. I just want to holler at you right quick, bro. I seen you was on here.
Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Hey, I'm going to bring you on the show low one day.
Yeah.
I just got to play it in.
Definitely, man. Hey, you keep doing great things over there, bro.
All right, thank you. You too, man.
All y'all AFN boys, y'all keep being great now.
Hey,
coach.
Hey, we all. Hey, everybody in here, everybody that's part of the family is always gonna be great, no matter what. Goddamn.
You already know what time that is. Y'all beats, man.
All right.
Yes, sir. But that's what are some prospects you guys are interested in and plugging next to Grady? I haven't. Me personally, I don't start into. I don't. I have some guys that I have in mind, but me personally, I want to wait till we hire the GM because I don't want to waste my time on looking at players that we won't see or we won't even have the opportunity to even draft. So, like I said, I back in the day, I think it was 2016. I just went all out, just looking at every draft, like everybody who was in the draft. I was looking at from all of them. It was over 300 players. And I looked at him, I was like, bro, it's like after that year, after looking at 300 players, and only got like 2 or 3 people out of those 300, I felt like a damn fool. So I'm not going through that ever again, okay? So I haven't started mine yet. But you who you guys have in mind?
You got to wait to the see. This is the thing when we, under Thomas Dimitrov, I always wait out to the Senior Bowl because it's always some reason we always draft guys out of the Senior Bowl. So
Everybody.
yeah,
our whole defensive line played the Senior Bowl, dog. Kaminsky, we always drafting somebody out of the Senior Bowl, dog.
Right, exactly. But right now we don't know who the GM is, so I gotta whoever we hire because I already did interviews with both Brad Holmes and Rick Smith. I don't know. I know some of what Terry Fortnite does, but I want to see their trends and see like what schools they because like where they draft from the schools, that stuff is very, very important as well. Because we know Rick Smith, this man, he always loved Alabama. He loved drafting SEC guys, SEC and ACC.
Yeah. That's a good point right there. That's the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Devontae Smith. Woo, that mother.
Hey, y'all know who he remind me of? Devontae Smith. He the next Deshaun Jackson, dog. That played in Philly. That's playing in Philly. He's a vintage. That's what he remind me of. His body type, he remind me of Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, he's a straw that runs really
good. He's a great guy too. But he remind me of Reggie Wayne. That's who he remind me of.
Reggie Wayne?
Well, I can't put Reggie Wayne on that one.
Reggie Wayne was bigger than him, dog.
I'm just saying
Reggie Wayne was little.
Huh?
I said Deshaun Jackson because he was thin. Like Deshaun Jackson was thin and he ran back punts. If you remember early in Deshaun Jackson's career, he would take back kicks and all. And that's what put me in the mind of when I watch this game, he's super explosive. He loved those deep routes. And that's what Deshaun Jackson did. You would thought he would have got hurt. Like now he's getting hurt a lot more. But early in his career, Deshaun Jackson was a monster, man. And that's what he remind me of the dude Smith. Because he plays special teams. That's why I say Reggie Wayne to me was a little bit bigger than he was, a little bit stronger. We think Calvin Ridley little. Man, Devontae Smith is tiny, dog.
He's barely 150 pounds. He's barely 150 pounds.
Boy, I'm scared if he comes across the safety, boy. We thought Calvin was running routes down the sideline. I'm scared for that safety to see him, boy.
But he got to put on some weight, man. Like wherever team he go to, man, he just need to load up some grits and potatoes and some beef. He'll probably get up. I don't think he's gonna be. He can get bigger than. He's not getting bigger than 175. That frame right there, he gonna be a small guy.
Because I was about to say he said Deshaun Jackson. I was gonna say he remind me of Ted Ginn Jr.
You know what? That's good. I think that's a good comparison because I actually think he's Calvin Ridley. I think he's exactly Calvin Ridley with a little bit more, confidence in his ability to run after the catch. That's something that Calvin Ridley doesn't do. But when you look at both those guys and the way that they run their routes, they are damn good at running routes, man.
Why? Well, I don't know what Ohio State was thinking about with that cover 2 they was playing. Boy, they had linebackers on their hill.
Yeah. What are you doing? Just play cover 3. Let's play cover 4. Just cover 4 and let them take everything underneath. Why are you playing cover 2 with that team? You fucking crazy? Leave the damn linebacker. You left a linebacker A receiver, bro. When I saw that, I said, "What the hell are you doing? A linebacker on Devontae's? Like, are you kidding me,
Oh
man?
my
Gosh.
goodness, boy.
That's
But
Ohio State defense for you, though.
But they showed that last touchdown Devontae Smith had where that linebacker ended up covered. Boy, that linebacker started crying as soon as that ball came across his face. Boy. He was like, "Are you serious?" But I'm glad Devontae Smith had that kind of game because now that Falcons' 4th pick is more valuable for other teams now.
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a great point. That's a great
Because,
point.
like you said, you got the Giants looking for a number 1 receiver. You got the Eagles. You got a lot of and those 2 teams are in that top 10, so you can trade back and get extra picks. Still won't miss a beat. Man, think of the possibilities. Reggie C2K said, "Yeah, Devontae was destroying that coverage."
The Dolphins might do something and end up drafting Smith. You know, Tim and Tua,
I think so.
I don't know about that because the way they talk about Tua, boy, they already gave up on him.
They see a shiny new quarterback come out of the draft, and they felt like, well, he didn't. His first year didn't go well as planned, so we could just draft another quarterback.
I'm about to say, don't give him the Josh Rosen treatment. He didn't do nothing wrong. Hell, y'all placed him in when Dan Fitzpatrick was winning. What more can you do? But I'm about to say, y'all want to hit this question up right here. Dustin Blevin said, "What do you think of some of the later round quarterbacks to come in and compete for the number 2 spot?"
Brady White from Memphis.
I knew you were
Brady White from Memphis. Brady White from Memphis is a guy you need to watch out for. Mac Jones could go 2nd round. That's another person. Trying to figure out is there any other names, but I feel like Brady White can be a solid number 2 for any team, and if he can develop and learn under a good Hall of Fame quarterback such as Matt Ryan, we may have our successor right there.
I was looking at Desmond Ritter out of Cincinnati.
I ain't want to bring him up.
Hey, like I said, he'll give the fans what they want. He's a mobile quarterback. They run different type of sets in Cincinnati. Like I say, pretty much like a Brady White, but he's a little bit mobile. So the folks that still, and I noticed something, the Justin Fields comment has not come up since that game. Y'all noticed that, right?
I wonder why.
Ain't nobody
hiding yesterday, man. Them boys quiet in the church mouse like yesterday.
What you quarterback you got? Who you got at quarterback, man? Quarterbacks in college that kind of pique your interest.
Be honest, I haven't had the time to go. Like you said, Mike, I haven't really did my deep dive because we're still in the playoffs. So like I don't really start until like after the Super Bowl, really looking at everybody. I'm only looking at the top prospects because as y'all know, I'm not big on watching college football. I watch it, but I don't watch it like I watch the NFL. So, and being that there's so many universities and stuff like that, a lot of the times I had to go watch tape. I just started watching tape on the BYU quarterback everybody's talking about. So one of my subscribers said, go check his tape out. So I've been looking at his tape. He looks pretty good. But I don't know about when you say like the second QB, like in the later rounds. I really don't know because I haven't had time to actually go and look at it yet. So I don't want to get the fans steered on the wrong way. I really don't know right now. I haven't had time to go break it down yet, but I have seen the guy from Cincinnati play in the bowl game. He looked pretty good, but looks can be deceiving. That's just one game. You got to go and look at the body of work. That's the same thing I'll say about Justin Fields. Like everybody pump your brakes. He did have a good game against Clemson. He had a bad game against Alabama. Even against Alabama, I said pump your brakes. That don't mean he's not going to be a good NFL quarterback because everybody said it was going to be horrible. Everybody said AJ Terrell getting smoked by Jamar Chase and he getting smoked by everybody on LSU. But he was the best corner to come out in this last draft. So I tell everybody, pump your brakes. Give these guys time to develop. Like y'all always hate, but Mike always say, wait and see. Let's just wait and see. We don't know what none of these guys are going to be. Like, we don't know what none of these guys are going to be. Give these guys time to develop. And that's why I don't want a quarterback with that fourth pick, because if we bring in a whole new regime, we get rid of Matt Ryan, it takes time to develop that quarterback. Matt Ryan of today is not the same Matt Ryan that came in his rookie year. Matt Ryan was good. Don't get me. He was a hell of a quarterback his rookie season. He wasn't a Hall of Famer that he is now. It took him a couple years to develop. So whoever we bring in, it's going to take time for those guys to develop. So everybody just pump your brakes. We don't know what none of these guys are. Sunshine, we don't know what's going to be in the pros. He won a Heisman in college. So who's to say he's going to go to Jacksonville and be successful? We don't know that. So let's just wait and see.
You gotta, and you also gotta take this into account too. It all depends on the system that the quarterback is going to. Because Pat Mahomes would not be Pat Mahomes if he would have went to Chicago or he would have went to a different team. All right. We say this all the time. Like, same thing with RG3. If RG3 would have went to the Rams or something like that, who knows what could have happened to this man. Right. So it all depends on who's getting the quarterback. Like, this is what I've been saying. Justin Fields in Atlanta, it just doesn't make any sense. I know y'all like it because of the excitement, but who do we have here to develop him? Yeah, he can sit behind Matt Ryan and learn, but that's not Matt Ryan and Justin Fields are two different types of quarterbacks.
And let's not forget, and I saw Justin Fields in that game. His delivery is kind of wonky, so he's gonna have to kind of work on that. Because he's on the Byron Leftwich side of the game when they're released.
Oh man, all very little legs, and that's why I always say you start with quarterbacks, you look at their feet, and you work your way up. You cannot, as a quarterback, have bad footwork. If you look at Matt Ryan, this is why I think, to be honest, and this is my opinion, I think Mac Jones is the best quarterback behind Trevor Lawrence as far as his ability to throw the ball, because his footwork is absolutely impeccable. You look at him, he reminds me so much of Matt Ryan. When you see the rush, the pass rush, that's what I was most impressed with him. Even more so over Trevor Lawrence. Look at his poise in the pocket. That dude was not scared. He was not flinched the entire game. And Ohio State was getting after him. They wasn't just he was getting pressure, but his footwork, he never got out of his element, and his poise under pressure. That's what I love most about Mac Jones. And I'm just going to make a bold prediction here. I think he's going to be in the lower, if not the mid first round. But I think he's going to be a solid pick for somebody in the lower first round, going into the second round. I think he's that good. His poise under pressure absolutely convinced me, because, like I said, I don't necessarily look at Alabama football a lot, but when I seen him, he was always poised. And one thing that you look for out of a quarterback is that, do you get intimidated by the talent around you as quarterback? Because you got guys like Devontae Smith who's demanding the ball. You got guys like Najee Harris. These guys are alpha males. They want the damn ball, and he's complete in command of the entire offense. He's not intimidated by anybody. He's not intimidated by the talent around him. He's not intimidated by the pass rush. And that right there is a desirable trait as a quarterback, not just an athlete, but as a quarterback. And that's what you look for in the NFL. So I'm going to say this right now. You better not let Bill Belichick get hold of him, because he's going to make that dude a superstar.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's gonna be
not even him, but shoot, I don't even want to look at the Saints. Saints may end up getting in there.
yeah, you're right about that. That's another team.
So somebody, Orange Juice Jones said Justin Fields all day, so we're not going to get a QB because y'all think we don't have anyone to develop him. Stop it. We don't even have a GM or a head coach yet. I get the part that we don't have a head coach GM yet, but who, like I said, who are we bringing in? Like, if we bring in a Joe Brady, okay, understandable. But Joe Brady, I feel like he's a smart enough guy that who you gonna pick? Somebody who's a proven quarterback that's been MVP, who been to the Super Bowl. Then somebody who just, okay, well, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time working on this kid to develop into a decent quarterback in the league.
Orange Juice Jones. I guess he can stay. I guess he's
He's in the ring. Walking in the rain.
I knew
I got a
y'all would go
question for the
good.
panel, y'all. I got a question for all of y'all. I've been thinking about this for the last couple of days since we've been talking about head coaches, GMs. When we bring in this next head coach, what do y'all feel about like the offense, the defensive minded coach that we bring in? Y'all know I prefer an offensive minded coach, but my thing is this: if we bring in this next coach, I kind of want a coach that can call plays, because we've seen when Kyle Shanahan left to get a head coaching job, kind of what the Don was talking about he believes you should be able to get like a draft pick if they make the Super Bowl, if your coaches leave, like your coordinators leave. What do you guys feel about having a coach that is doing both? Whether it's a defensive-minded coach that is calling the plays, or whether it's the offensive-minded coach calling the plays. Because I feel like it's kind of beneficial to have a coach like an Andy Reid that he doesn't care if Eric Bieniemy leaves, because he knows how to call plays. Like, he don't necessarily have to go get another offensive coordinator, because he is the offensive coordinator. So what you guys feel about that? Like, do you think that that's an advantage of having a coach like Eric Bieniemy? If he comes in, he's going to call his own plays, or do you think it's going to be too much? Because we've seen with Dan Quinn, when he was the head coach and a defensive coordinator, it looked like it was too much on his plate. What you guys feel about that?
Here's my thing with Dan Quinn and other coaches. Some coaches fail to develop a system with their team. All right. Dan Quinn never wanted to do that. And I don't think he ever had a system in place because he's never was proven. Now, I feel like if you hire somebody like a Brandon Staley, I feel like he can bring a system here to Atlanta. All right. He was under that Vic Fangio tree. Then he went out there to Los Angeles, learned a lot from Sean McVay, who also has a system down there in Los Angeles. I feel like you bring him here, I'm not saying he's going to give up the defensive play calling. He's going to bring somebody in who's going to run the system the way he want to run it. And he's going to be more focused on being a head coach versus a defensive coordinator. And then you bring in the offensive coordinator who's going to call the plays. Now you flip the script on Terry Fontenot and Joe Brady. Joe Brady, I feel like I don't think he's going to end up giving his play call and do this to anybody. I'm just going to be honest with you. He's going to call the plays. Yeah. And what he may end up doing, bringing in the offensive coordinator that pretty much that specializes in O-line and run game, because he's going to need that, especially to finishing developing McGarry and Lindstrom. And then if we get another lineman, a guard or whatnot. And defense, that's another big question for me. Who is he bringing in to be the defense coordinator?
Right. Well, do you think that that's an advantage, Don? Like, do you think that having a coach that can actually call plays, is that an advantage, because we really can't lose our head coach to go somewhere else, kind of how we lost Kyle Shanahan? Or does it matter? Do you believe that it's mainly you got to have somebody that has a scheme?
It's a system. That's why I said it's system.
Okay,
you have a system in place. It doesn't matter who come and goes. You have that system. Just like New England, we see coordinators there come and go.
Right.
But that system has been constant since 2000.
Gotcha. What you feel about that, Mike?
Don and I see eye to eye on a lot of things, and this is another thing that we see eye to eye on as far as the coach is concerned. It's all about the system. I don't really think it matters. I don't think it matters on the coach. I'm not saying it's irrelevant, but I don't think it matters as far as which coach comes in. It has the Falcons have no identity whatsoever. We don't know what we are on the side of the ball. One year we want to run the ball, the next year we want to run the ball, and we don't want to run the ball. And then the defensive side, we want to be a 4-3, then we're a 3-4. Like, what is our identity? That is more important to me than play calling, because play calling is essentially about an identity. So until we establish that identity, have a general manager, because as a matter of fact, let me take that back as far as the offense is concerned. We knew what we were offensively. We didn't give a damn about run ball. We didn't give a damn about the offensive line. Why? Because all that son of a gun wanted to do was throw the damn ball. That's all he wanted. He didn't care about drafting running backs. He didn't care about drafting offensive linemen. All he cared about was creating a quote unquote, in his word, offensive juggernaut. That's all he cared about.
That's it.
Not
That's it.
balance. That's all he cared about. So until the Falcons understand that on the offense side of the ball, you have to have balance. You have to have balance. If you're going to win championships, you got to understand balance. Until we get a general manager that understands that, I don't think it matters who the head coach is, the offensive coordinator, or defensive coordinator is. We got to have a general manager that understands that this team needs balance.
Exactly. I like the question that Ghost Peppers just put up. He said, "What are y'all thoughts on Nathaniel Hackett, OC from Green Bay, or Matt Eberflus from Indianapolis?" I love Matt Eberflus. I've been following this man since his Mizzou days when he was on Pickle, and that scandal and whatever, and then he went to Dallas. But they haven't interviewed this man, so I don't know why. But I feel like they already interviewed the coaches they want to interview. I haven't heard any new names pop up this week after Todd Bowles. So I guess we're going to pick from whoever we interviewed. Nathaniel Hackett, that's an interesting name. I know before Green Bay, he wasn't really a good OC, but the thing is he was already under offensive-minded head coaches, so we really don't know what he can do on his own as far as calling plays. But I can see him more, and I had a Green Bay award-winning writer on my show to talk about Hackett. That show is also on my YouTube channel as well. Check out the Nathaniel Hackett on my YouTube channel, Feeler Sports Podcast. And he said that Hackett can be like a John Harbaugh, like CEO type of head coach. He'll hire him an offensive-minded. He'll hire him an OC that will call the plays. And, of course, a defensive coordinator will, that call defense as well. So, those are my takes on Hackett and Eberflus. But hey, man, I'm about to head on out though. Appreciate y'all joining. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. If y'all don't know who I am, the Don for Feeler Sports Podcast. Go check us out. We work together with AFN. So see y'all later. Appreciate it.
All right, bro.
Don Corleone.
Exactly.
The Don.
God damn, but that is a mouthful to say. Matt Eberflus.
Eberflus.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so I guess now the heavy hitters about the
Get it took over.
It's always like that, man.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about no Matt Eberflus. That name right there is just intriguing to me. But like I said, DC and Indianapolis and the way they turned that defense around, that is definitely a good name to have.
Hey, but K-Styles, what did they go get though? We were just talking about it. What did they go get there in Indianapolis? They went and got DeForest Buckner from the 49ers.
Exactly.
That dude's a problem at the nose tackle position, bro. He's another dude that's like
6'7", 310 pounds.
A power forward, dog.
Exactly. That's why I'm kind of. That's why I said I was kind of. I remember we talked about it a while back ago about the whole Quentin Williams thing. Like I said, that's definitely somebody that I would have risked that second round pick for. Yeah, because he's still young enough to.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got on here. Tony Rice said 3rd round Monte Rice, 3rd round Trey Smith, 4th round Bobby Brown, 5th round Thayer Munford, and 6th round CJ Brewer. That's a lot of damn names.
Yeah, man. Half them guys, I don't even know who they got. Them guys are.
I don't
Man.
even know
Gotta
who
watch
the
the
hell.
tape.
I know.
That's it.
Hey, look, I know they was talking about that damn offensive lineman from Alabama, Deontay Brown.
He a boy. That's a big boy.
Boy, but I don't know if y'all remember Leonard Davis. They used to play in Arizona. That's what he looked like.
Yeah, that dude is humongous, man. I'm scared of that damn dude. Nowhere near that animal.
Oh my goodness. Let's see what else we got here. I guess Jeremy McCrimmon said, "What's a good mock draft for our team?"
Too early.
It's too early for that. It's way too early for that. We don't know who the GM is going to be until we understand who the GM and the head coach is going to be. It's like we got to hear what they have to say because they might want to just come in and like evaluate and kind of figure out like what because they haven't been in. They haven't met the. I don't think a lot of those guys haven't sat down and watched film on a lot of these guys. So we gotta just wait and see. Like I know people don't want to hear that, but we just gotta wait and see, man. We just have to wait and see. And this is the reason why I haven't spent a lot of time on a lot of these prospects because it's like half of these guys we're not going to see anyway. So why spend time on it? It's like it's all fun and whatnot, but I don't know these guys. Who to say we even looking for a defensive end? We still got Dante Fowler. I mean, I know that don't make a lot of people feel good, but we still got him.
Right. Well, I mean, what I would kind of do, Mike, if we do, like I heard y'all talking about Michael Parsons. I actually got to watch some tape on him, the Penn State linebacker. We could use him as an edge. What I would do, and a lot of the Don talked about on his show yesterday, and a lot of fans have been talking about it. I would make him an edge on a 3-4. Like if we were to get the guy from the Rams that run that 3-4, I would go out and get Michael Parsons with that fourth pick, and then I would put the linebackers that we have because Dante Fowler is an outside linebacker. Michael Parsons is the second coming of Shaq Barrett. If you go look at his measurables, he looks just like Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett, TJ Watt, 6'3", 245, 250. He can come off the edge, but you can use him in a lot of different ways. And then what you would do is just highlight the linebackers that we have. He just said Deion Jones led the league in sacks. So I would just become a blitzing team, an all-out aggressive blitzing team like Blitzburg. And I would just play all of them linebackers together. I would have Dante Fowler coming off one edge. I would have Michael Parsons coming off one edge. And then in the center, you still have Deion Jones and Ofoye Aluakon. You go and get two big guys in the trenches. Like we already got Marlon Davidson. You already got Grady Jarrett. But you go get another big guy that you can put in the middle of those guys, like that can play the one tech. And you set right there. You set with your 3-4. But if we go like 4-3, say like a Robert Saleh was hired by us from the 49ers, then I would trade down, and then I would probably go get the guy from Miami, the dude Gregory Rousseau, put him out on the edge because he's a true defensive end. And then I would move Kaminsky. I would make him a defensive end, and I would go get another big guy. Whichever 3-4 or 4-3, we need another one tech because Grady is not a pure one tech. He needs somebody on the inside. Like everybody talks about Aaron Donald, but really they play Brockers as their one tech most of the time. He's the guy that's doing the dirty work, Michael Brockers. So we need us a Michael Brockers on our team that can, do the dirty work and allow Grady Jarrett to be that pass rusher on the inside. So he's not taking those double teams. So we can go out and get us another, Rashid Hageman, 6'6", another big guy. It don't matter whether it's a 4-3 or 3-4. That just depends. If we go a 4-3, then I don't think that it makes sense to go get Michael Parsons because we already still have Michael Walker. So it makes no sense to go get another small linebacker like that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I was about to say, I know I seen it in the chat here earlier too, but Tony Wright also said, breaking news, James Harden has been traded to the Brooklyn Nets.
Two goddamn crybabies. I don't know if he got traded for Kyrie, but two damn crybabies. Kyrie a damn crybaby, and he a crybaby too.
Exactly.
So they got.
I feel bad for that man, KD, man. He's surrounded with all them damn wimps.
So he got the handles God, and then he got the step back shoot 3 God.
He got the ball hawks. That's what he got.
He got this dude, bruh. This dude literally is gonna have to fight these guys over for the damn basketball.
That's it. He gonna have to steal it from his own teammate.
But let's see. Let's see what else we got here. Somebody came up with a crazy one. I want you, Travis over here talking about. Can y'all get two?
Yeah.
But, bro, if y'all already gave up on Tua, what makes you think he's gonna be any better here?
Exactly. Don't nobody want Tua.
God damn, boy, y'all done gave that man the Josh Rosen treatment.
Tua done already had about 5 surgeries in college. Why we want him? We don't want him over here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm good with Matt Ryan. I'm good.
Hey, I'm good with that. At least I know Matt Ryan won't have damn surgeries. 5 damn surgeries out. You know that.
Orange Juice Jones got another one. He talking about if we choose not to get Justin Fields, we should get Patrick Surtain and try to trade back up and get Matt Jones.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I like Patrick's. Man, this draft though is filled with DBs. So to be honest, if we get a DB, we need to trade back. We ain't taking no DB at 4. We need to drop down. We need to drop down to the teens. If we want a corner, we can drop down to the teens. You got Asante Samuel's son in this draft. You got J.C. Horn in this draft from South Carolina. You have Patrick Surtain. You have so many guys. Like it's like at least 10 different
man. You said Farley, right?
Now I ain't say Farley yet. Farley, that's what I'm saying. This is like loaded. This draft is loaded full of DBs. So you don't need to take a DB high. To be honest, what we really need to be looking at is running back. When we trade back, in that first round, we got to go defense. So we need defense. But like in the second, third round, I'm taking one of these young running backs because we already pretty much know the writing's on the wall for Todd Gurley. And at this point, we don't need to pay no more veteran running backs. We've seen what that then got us the last 2 times we did it. Steven Jackson didn't work out. Todd Gurley didn't work out. So we need to go ahead and stick these young guys.
And what's the common denominator for those two?
Look, we always taking the Rams. We always want the Rams. If you play for the Rams, the Falcons, the Cardinals always want our backups. I don't know why the Cardinals always want our free agents. They got Robert Alford, Corey Peters, all of our Devondre Campbell. They want all of our leftovers.
Let's see. Art Angel says we need a young running back to develop backs. Yeah. Like I said, if you look at the playoff team this year, and if y'all hadn't really watched the wild card games this past Sunday, even the Nickelodeon bullshit, defense and running the ball is going to win.
Yeah, man.
Najee
back by committee.
Yeah, like I said, Najee, because Rich said Najee Harris is a playmaker and a special talent. But the thing is, only thing I'll say with that is if you trade back up in the first round, if you decide to do that, if you trade back, like I said, Najee Harris is, like I said, I think he might go late first round, early second round, because even though he is a special talent, a lot of teams, like I said, drafting a running back in the first round is a real gamble now, especially now, like Juice said, a lot of teams running back by committee now.
By committee.
You don't want to pay them much. You don't want to pay them $40-50 million guaranteed anymore, man, because these guys get hurt one time and they're not the same. They still quality running backs, but they're just not the same. It's just too much of a risk these days to draft a running back that high. And I love Najee. Like, I love him, but I'm not spending the first round on him.
Nah, I'm good on that. We see Saquon Barkley just coming off of what, ACL tear or something like that?
ACL, yeah.
Yeah, like, and then look at Zeke. Zeke, that contract ain't aging well for Ezekiel Elliott. Look at that dude. Like, you pay that dude $90 million, and that's why you pay your quarterback, Jerry Jones. Man, they could easily pay, but they paid Zeke.
Still there. They should have paid that last year. To be honest with you,
they should have been paid. Dak should have been the
At least
first one
2
they
years
paid.
ago.
They should have paid him before they paid Jalen Smith, before they paid everybody. D-Law, he should have been the first one to get paid. You always pay your quarterback.
Yeah, that's exactly how we did it.
Like Bruce Wayne said right here, Zeke didn't do nothing.
But fumble. Led the league in fumbles. That's all they.
But that showed you that with that Dallas offensive line went down, that whole team went down. Because that's what that team based on was down that offensive line.
That's it.
Like I said, I'll take me a dominant. I'd take dominant trenches all day.
Oh yeah.
I'll take it all day. Like I said, if we have mediocre skill players, if your trenches is on point, they leave enough time to where them guys can do their thing. Hold on, let's see what else we got.
He say he won't make it past the Steelers. Man, the Steelers ain't trying to run the ball no more. They trying to pass the ball.
Yeah, man.
They trying to be the Falcons. They trying to be the Falcons, man. That's all they care about is passing the ball now. They looking for a quarterback so they can pass the ball. They ain't thinking about a running back.
And plus, like I said, with them being high on Benny Snell and James Conner, it's gonna be kind of useless to get Najee Harris, especially with that situation. And said Travis said y'all got Aaron Jones, a running back from the Packers, going into free agency. We can't afford him.
Nah,
we good.
We good on that, man. We seen what happened. The Falcons should never pay another running back in their life unless we got Derrick Henry. You don't pay unless we got a mutant playing running back. After we paid Devontae Freeman, I'm good. I ain't paying no more running backs. I'm drafting every year. We're gonna use them their first 4 years, and then we're gonna let them go into free agency. That's gonna be our new trend.
And remember, we're still paying Devontae Freeman, and he just signed with the Bills.
Exactly.
Paying him. So, yeah, like I said, you don't want to take them type of chances right there. Let's see what else we got. Reggie over here talking shit already. He talking about the Falcons are going to draft the number 1 long snapper in the country with our 4th pick. Now, if that was Thomas Dimitrov, problem.
Yeah, that motherfucker. As long as you, let's just forget about him. I'm just gonna let that one pass. I'm tired of talking about Thomas Dimitrov, man.
Thomas Dimitrov gonna take that wide receiver like he always do in the first.
A wide receiver. He probably would have took Chase if he was still the GM.
Oh my God. It'd be like, oh yeah, we got the best wide receiver core in the league, but we ain't got a line to protect the quarterback.
Exactly.
Right.
Robert Bennett says running backs are a nickel out of a dollar. Yeah, I mean,
running back by committee, man. That's the new way. Running back by committee. If I'm the Falcons, I'm bringing Brian Hill back, and I'm going in the draft and get me another running back. And I ain't bringing back no veterans. If your contract up, even with Brian Hill, and y'all know I love me some Brian Hill, but if it's Brian Hill, I'm bringing them back on a 1 or 2 year deal, a prove-it deal. It ain't gonna be no big contracts for no running backs. Those days is done. We got burned too many times paying these running backs. We done with that.
Oh my God, yeah.
Hey, Jude, we got a question for you from Tony Wright. He said, heard the Bengals are going to try to draft Devonta Smith to go with T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. AJ is an unrestricted free agent. We hold the golden ticket at number 4. Do you agree?
Yeah. I mean, that's why we're going to try to get a king's ransom with that number 4 pick. Like, everybody talking about a quarterback, but we said, like, it's different. If Matt Ryan was showing signs of Ben Roethlisberger, what I just seen out of Ben Roethlisberger in the playoffs, like, his time has come to an end. Like his arm is dead. You seen how he was playing? He couldn't move like he once could. Like, Ben, the writing's on the wall. Really, the Steelers need to be possibly trading up to try to get a quarterback. So they're another team that might be calling us whoever our GM is, saying, hey, look, we want to trade up to that 4th pick and get one of these quarterbacks because we don't need it. Like, we got the advantage because we still have a quarterback that's playing at a high level, and we could basically get a king's ransom, do the same thing that Washington did. Washington traded up for RG3. I forget what team they traded with, but they got a ton of picks, and that's what I'm trying to do. With the Falcons, we really pretty much we're set on offense. All we really need is another running back. We don't need no more skilled players. You guys seen what we got on this roster? We don't need no more skilled players. If anything, We maybe need another offensive lineman, like another guard, and then we just need a running back. That's it. Everything else should be all defense. We should be drafting all defense in the first couple.
Let me I keep hearing about people. We need to draft Matt Ryan replacement. Drafting replacement is still not going to fix our deficiency. It's not going to fix our issues. We cannot run the ball consistently. That's what a young quarterback needs most. Until you establish that first, you are wasting your quarterback's career by throwing him out and just say, here, go throw 40, 50 passes a game. That's it. You got to have a defense. You got to have pass rush. You got to have a defense. You got to have a running game for a quarterback, a young quarterback. So drafting a young quarterback is not going to make anything better. It's going to make things worse. What a lot of people don't understand with Matt Ryan is that he cover up so many bad things that goes on, because one, on the offensive side of the ball, we don't get the ball to our tight ends. We don't even use Hayden Hurst to his full capabilities. We don't use our running backs. We barely use Ito Smith this year. We barely use Todd Gurley the right way. We didn't use Quadri Olsen at all, and we barely use Brian Hilder. That's it. All we did was throw the damn ball. So you gotta have a plan in place in order to draft a quarterback. And we keep saying this over and over again. It's not about being a Matt Ryan supporter. You gotta have a plan in place for these young rookies, or else they're gonna turn out and be just like Andrew Luck. They're gonna get hit 40, 50 times a game, and they're gonna have all these damn injuries, and his confidence is gonna get shot. And he's going to be out of the league within 5 years. You got to have a plan in place, and I don't want to draft a young quarterback and not have a plan in place. For him. That's me, bro.
Yeah, I mean, because you're looking at Cincinnati right now with Joe Burrow. Like I said, he throwing the damn ball damn near 60 times a game. Now you
see what happened to him.
Like you said,
that's a great point.
Your quarterback can't get hit like that, man. Like I said, we are not opposed to drafting quarterbacks. You want to get the replacement, but like I said, a lot of people kind of use like the comparison to like I said, to a situation that Aaron Rodgers went through and Andrew.
I mean, that's the real reason why everybody say they drafted to replace. No, they didn't draft the quarterback Joe Love to replace them. They drafted a young quarterback because Aaron Rodgers was still one of the most hit quarterbacks in the league, up there with Matt Ryan. He was often hit. That's the reason why they drafted. It wasn't to replace him. Why would you try to throw out a Hall of Fame quarterback? That's not what they were doing. The truth of the matter is he is an often hit quarterback. You got to have a backup for that. So that's what we're saying. Don't draft a quarterback with the fourth pick, because you're not helping the team in that aspect. Draft the quarterback in the second, third round. Mm-hmm. That could quite possibly be not only be a backup for Matt Ryan, but you can possibly groom him to be, successful for Matt Ryan. That's a smart way to do it.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Tony Wright got a question for you here. He said, with attaining an extra second-round pick and an extra third-round pick trade down, do you believe we should draft a second-round running back, second-round corner, third guard, inside linebacker, and start in our own 3-4?
I actually think we have great linebackers. I like Michael Walker. I love Foyer and Deion Jones. I don't think there's an issue with our linebackers. So I would say no to a linebacker. I would definitely say yes to a running back, because what the Falcons have definitely missed as the running back position is a lot of athleticism and the ability to make people miss. So they definitely need a upgrade in the running back position. I like what Brian Hill provides, but like you said, I wouldn't give him anything over a prove it deal 1 or 2 years to prove that he can carry the load. But I would definitely draft a running back, probably a guard, because you don't know what. I like Gono, but I don't know if he's a starter at guard. I like him, but I think he's just probably one of those linemen that's just best at being a swing offensive lineman, whether it's tackle. I think that's what he's best at. So I would keep Gono around just for that purpose. And then you bring in you can definitely draft a guard, but I definitely think we're good at linebacker. A lot of people don't give Michael Walker, but if you've seen him play in college, this dude can do everything. He can blitz, he can cover, he's physical. I think he's the real deal also. You put him in a 3-4, I think he's going to excel, man. He's going to be all over the place, making plays all over the place, like Fourier. When you saw with Fourier, I think you're going to see the exact same thing with Michael Walker. So I think we're good at linebacker.
Okay. Sam Darnold. Now, this is not that Sam Darnold, but Sam Darnold for trade down to the early teens. How much could we get? Like I said, if you actually do that down to the early teens, especially one of them teams, you can get an extra second rounder, an extra third rounder. You can get a 6th rounder out of that, and still swap first round picks. Because that, like I said, that 4th spot is that, like I said, that's kind of a risky pick. But anybody, like I said, you have to have like a solid position that you must address. And the problem with the Falcons is we have too many problems that we have. So, like you said, by trading back, you add them extra picks. And then, like I said, when it comes up to guys like a Fourier and, other guys that's coming up that you might not want to restructure contracts, see, now you got the replacements and the cheaper product. You still got – they're going to still be playing for that contract, but you'll have the cheaper replacements. So, yeah, you definitely get extra second and third rounder out of that deal. And then who knows? You can use them extra picks that you get to trade back up into the first round and get a Najee Harris if he's there, if you want him. Or you can get another defensive end like a Kwity Paye or something. Or something like that if you need to. So,
I like that idea. I like that.
So like I said, you'll be using, like I said, you could trade up. You could you're using other people's picks to trade up and still have your picks. And
right.
That's how I would go with it. Because I know that was one of the questions earlier. I didn't really get a chance to answer it, but that's what I would do. I would trade down such and such. Okay. If Surtain is not there at 11 or whatever, you can get a Gregory Rousseau. We know he's a project defensive end, but like I said, as we find out, he's working with Chuck Smith. And as Mike knows, Chuck Smith.
Everybody knows.
They call him Dr. Pass Rush for a reason. So you got that project defensive end right there. Like I said, if you still got them second round picks, get back in that first round, you can get the best player available. Hey,
I like that. I definitely like that. I saw a comment. What? I don't know what. New drop. New drop. Appreciate you, bro. For the donation. Would you guys shop McGarry? Absolutely not. Like this, I wouldn't shop anybody on the offensive line because, again, man, one thing that we know that this team has been is one-dimensional. They're constantly and always in pass protection. We don't know what these guys will be in a balanced system. He could very well be a diamond in the rough, but we don't know that because these guys are constantly in pass protection. They don't run the ball a lot. They don't run the ball like seriously. when it matters most, these guys don't run. You put this guy, Caleb McGarry, in a system with Kyle Shanahan where there's balance and he's going to run the ball, Caleb McGarry is going to be a monster. He's a monster. Him and Chris Lindstrom, they love physical contact. You saw what he did against Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan is no slouch. He handled him physically. Cam had to go to his bag of tricks to get him. So we know he has talent, but I don't give up on offensive linemen, especially these guys that have been. This is what he's going to his third year. I think this is his third year. Going to his third year. I don't think you should give up on any offensive lineman because one thing about offensive linemen, man, these guys can pick it up in 1 year. You think he's over his career over, and then he goes to another team and he becomes a Pro Bowler. We've seen that a lot. Like a lot of people, like I don't know if you guys remember Matt Stinchcomb. Was it Matt Stinchcomb or John Stinchcomb for the Saints? Like he started out slow in his career, but you see him with the Saints. He got with the Saints, and his time as time went on, he just got better and better. And his injuries pretty much ended his career. But it's like those offensive linemen, man, they can develop a lot later than most because these guys, it's really just all about learning the tricks of the trade. Because these defensive linemen are faster, stronger, and you got to be in the right system with the right offensive coordinator. So I wouldn't shop him at all.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. I would not shop any of our offensive linemen. Another reason, just to piggyback on what Mike was saying, is like these guys, your front five have to develop that chemistry. Mm-hmm. And when you steady getting rid of guys and bringing new guys in, and that's what hurt us the first year when Chris Lindstrom and Caleb McGarry both were drafted. If you guys remember, Chris Lindstrom broke his foot, I think, the first game against Minnesota in his rookie year, and we had guys coming in and out at that guard position, whether it was Carpenter, then we had Jamon Brown. We could never consistently have that front five, together. So I feel like with this year under their belt, Chris Lindstrom and McGarry and all of those guys up front are finally learning how to gel. Now we don't know if Alex Mack is coming back, but that's why they started to play Hennessy. And I thought it was a good thing that Hennessy got some game time in because he was able to kind of gel with the guys. Because it's nothing like, playing in a game. Practice is one thing, but actually getting out there in the game, with live bullets flying, he finally got out there with the front five, and those guys got to gel. They got to learn, how to communicate with each other. Even Hennessy, he was still learning how to call out the Mike linebacker, all of the small nuances of the game. So I completely agree. Don't get rid of anybody because think about it. Ofoye Oluokun, I've been saying about all these players. Marlon Davidson, don't give up on none of these guys because a couple years ago, Ofoye Oluokun wasn't this good. Like this year, nobody knew what we had, but what he wasn't getting the playing time. But nobody found out what Ofoye Oluokun was until we let Devondre Campbell walk, and he finally got his opportunity to shine. And look, he way better than Devondre Campbell. I mean, I don't think it's any argument on this panel of who's the better player out of him and Campbell.
Right.
You see my face?
Right. Right.
But I'll get to the 99 super chat by Jeremy McCrimmon. He said, how much faith do you still have in Julio Jones' return of production moving forward? Because it kind of ties into another comment that was earlier. I forgot who it was. Kind of went back, can't go back that far. Was basically, would you, if the opportunity presented itself, like, would you feel like if Julio was not there, would you trade him and see what you get for him?
No. I'm not doing that because this organization has a horrendous reputation for not appreciating our Hall of Famers. And we let Deion Sanders walk, and we got absolutely nothing from it. And I think this would be an absolute horrendous idea to not only get rid of Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, but Like Julio been nothing but a model citizen. You got to treat these guys right, bro. Like I said, we got a horrendous when it comes down to all stars. Like we just throw them away like they trash and treat them like they trash. We can't continue to do that. We got to treat Julio the right way. So if Julio wants to stay another 5 years, of course, he's gonna work with us with this salary cap and all that. Julio, it's just Matt Ryan and Julio. They're gonna work with the team as far as their money is concerned. But we can't be out here shopping Julio Jones, bro. We gotta treat this guy right. Julio has been nothing but a true model citizen. He and Matt Ryan has never complained about the coach, that never said anything, outside of the fans. They've said screw the fans. But like outside of that, Julio is just Julio. But more importantly, I think the days of him being that guy that you can lean on game after game to get 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think those days are pretty much in decline, but Julio Jones putting up 100, 150 yards, I think he can do that. I could think Julio Jones could be that even, 10 years straight. I think he's that talented of a receiver. So I don't think he'll be the guy that is going to be our big play receiver. I think that has shifted to Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley is now our big play guy. Julio Jones is not that guy anymore. So I wouldn't trade him for that.
Kind of give him that Larry Fitzgerald treatment. Let him terms.
Still important, but he's not the big play guy anymore.
Right. All right. So Tony Wright got a question for me. He was like, do I believe that we can start 3 rookies on defense, 2 rookies on offense, and win at the and beyond? That 2016 team, we started 3 rookies on defense. I mean, it's possible, but the thing about it is you have to have the right. It's going to depend on the coaching, because you're going to have the right system that brings the best out of these rookies and player. You still, like I said, as long as you still have that mix of veterans back there, you can bring the rookies along. But if you're talking about like a full young defense, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard times. But it's possible. Like I said, NFL, anything can damn happen. Look, the Browns beat the Steelers in the playoffs. So, bruh, anything can damn happen.
Right.
I ain't think I was going to see the – and like I said, and I'm talking shit about the Browns, but only in a good way, because they changed their culture. It's defense and running the ball. They don't have a great quarterback, but they have a quarterback. They have a running game that masks the quarterback's deficiencies.
Yes.
Running game average almost 230 yards a game.
Yeah, I need that.
Okay. Hold on. Orange U Jones said, if Sewell falls to number 4, do you pick him or still trade down? Now, if he's still at number 4, I'm taking Sewell.
I'm taking him, bro. I'm a trench guy. That dude is a monster, man. We need that attitude up front. That dude is a monster. So I'm taking him with Jake. Jake Matthews don't get enough credit for being a monster himself, because we don't run the ball enough. But you combine him with Caleb McGarry, Chris Lindstrom, Sewell, and Matthews side by side. Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. That's a nasty front. Those guys are nasty. That's a nasty front there, bro.
Then, like I said, think about it like that. If you get Sewell, and I said it before, you can move Caleb McGarry to the left guard spot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think he's better suited because he is a run blocker. Sewell is an animal, from what I've seen. And you think about that offensive line combo you have right there. Like I said, if you have that chemistry right there with the mentality that McGarry and Sewell has, it's going to change this offense automatically. The run game is going to be at least middle of the pack. So we were damn near dead last this season. Oh yeah, Joy My World. What's going on, girl? She just wanted to see what the hell we was talking about.
Enjoy my world. What's good?
Enjoy my world.
Got me up here singing. That girl got me up here singing.
Hold on, we got another question here. Hold on, we got another. I just saw it. Joseph Metis says, I really don't keep up with college football. Do any of y'all know who the top free safety in this draft is? We don't know.
Nope. We haven't started.
Nope. I ain't started that yet. Nope.
We don't know.
If you want to go to the Draft Network, I think they've started, but we definitely haven't started. We typically wait until
oh Lord.
Right now we're waiting for a head coach and the general manager. So I don't think it's appropriate to say who's the best, because we might end up trying to, bring in the damn. You don't know what they're thinking. They might bring in the damn that crazy damn nut. What's his name is? Free safety. Seattle Legion of Boom. That damn nut. We might want to bring his ass in free agent. I don't know what the GM is thinking right now. So it's like, I know one thing, that Ricardo Allen won't be here. I know that for damn sure.
Oh yeah, I think Ricardo Allen knew he gone. You heard his exit interview. He know he ain't coming back.
Yeah, I do know that.
He can do everything on CP time outside his Falcon uniform. Reggie C2K ain't shit. Talk about enjoy my world. I'm always starting some stupid stuff. What's going on?
That's what you do.
Exactly. New Drop says Rico will be a cowboy.
Good luck with that.
Let me have that.
Good written.
It's written in the stone.
Yeah.
Go listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Written in the stone. Yeah, that's Rico.
Hey, the starting safeties for the Dallas Cowboys: Ricardo Allen, Keanu Neal. How that sound?
Oh Lord,
we gonna smoke that ass too. We gonna smoke that ass. Matt Ryan gonna destroy that shit. Matt Ryan gonna destroy that shit.
But I don't know if y'all saw first tape, boy. But Skip gave the Dan Quinn hire a C+, but he looked very unconfident about it at the same time. What happened was Shannon was talking about, okay, you got Dan Quinn, but what is his whole knack in Atlanta? Defenses give up big leads. I'm like, oh no. Hold on, let's see what else we got. Well, let's see. Hey, I'm about to say, people bring up some more questions, man.
They go 1K Styles. Spencer keep saying Jew.
There you go, Juju on that beat. If you trade Julio, you can get Devontae Smith.
No, thank you.
The world.
I'm good. I'm good with Julio, dog. Hey, Julio is a mute. Julio's a player you don't trade. He's just a player that he tell you when he done. You don't tell Julio when he done, dog. Julio is a franchise player. Like, it ain't many wide receivers that you can call a franchise player. Julio's a franchise player. He the only wide receiver that you treat like a quarterback. Like, Julio, it's the small things too with Julio that we don't pay attention to. Like, I don't know if you guys were watching the Seattle game when DK Metcalf was on the sideline having a freaking temper tantrum because he won't get in the ball against Jalen Ramsey, and he was trying to prove himself. And then what happened the next play when Russell Wilson tried to force the ball to him on the screen pass?
Ooh,
intercepted, taken back to the house. That's the type of stuff you don't see from a Julio Jones. He's more mature, and he don't care about the spotlight being on him. Like, that was the first time I noticed, like, DK Metcalf starting to let this stardom get to his head. He's starting to do that. Those temper tantrums on the sideline. It's like, those are the things that, the small things that Julio Jones does. Coaching players up on the sideline, coming to work, bringing that, his hard hat and that lunch pail to work, that blue collar mentality that he doesn't walk around like he's a superstar. And those are the type of superstars I want on my team. Him and Matt Ryan, they don't carry themselves as superstars. Most wide receivers, they're divas. Julio Jones, like you said, we don't hear nothing out of Julio in the offseason. We be wondering if Julio's still alive half the time. Like, where Julio at? Put the APB out for
Yeah,
Julio.
he be staying in that damn what that damn lake Lanier and shit. We want him to stay the fuck away.
Lake Lanier.
Yeah, man.
Stay your ass away from Lake Lanier, Julio.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Going down that mug, that thing home.
I'm good. Julio can stay. He can be a Falcon as long as he wants. Then when he get old and slow, we can move him into the slot. And then when he get older than that, maybe if he's big enough, we can put him at tight end. Julio, I ain't getting rid of Julio, dog. He'll be a crack back block or something, dog. Julio can stay all he wants.
So you see, he'll be the first 50-year-old tight end.
That's it, dog.
I want y'all to
see what he did to Trey Henderson on that block. Hey, if we just got him as a blocker, we good.
I want y'all to hit this question from Enjoy My World. She said, who do you think will be the GM and head coach since they are singling out the finalists? I know she kind of joined us a little later.
Man, you want me to take this one first, Mike?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
To be honest with you guys, I think it's going to be Brad Holmes and the kid Staley, the young defensive coach for the Rams. I really think that Brad Holmes, I heard that he lives in Atlanta already. And personally, I think the guy in Joe Brady, I think he's too young because I really think that whoever they bring in, they tie together. Like if they go for a Terry Fontenot, then I really think because Joe Brady was in a part of that Saints coaching staff, they kind of already have that, relationship. They might try to stick, basically bring them in as like a twin pack. These guys are coming in together. I hate when they do that because to me, I prefer you bring in a GM and bring in a coach. Don't matter if they know each other or not. But to me, it's sounding like these guys are like a package deal. They either going to go with Holmes and somebody that he's familiar with, or it's going to be Fontenot and Joe Brady because they both was in with the Saints together. So personally, I really think it's going to be Brad Holmes. I just have a feeling that it's going to be him because I believe they've been watching the playoffs. They see what the Rams are doing. And I think that they like, based off of our roster, if they're smart, you look at our roster, we're built for a 3-4. We're like the Rams right now. If you look at our roster, everybody we got for Grady Jarrett, we have Aaron Donald. That's Grady Jarrett and Aaron Donald are pretty much the same player. I'll give Aaron Donald the edge because he's probably a little bit better than Grady Jarrett, but he's not much better than Grady Jarrett. And then on the outside, Dante Fowler. What's the guy they got on the edge that played in Chicago? Leonard Floyd.
Yeah,
that's pretty much the same thing that Dante Fowler does. Come off the edge and as like an outside linebacker. And then on the other edge, there for the Rams, who's their other edge rusher? They use a couple of different guys off the edge, but I know in the middle they got Michael Brockers, and Brockers pretty much is similar to a Marlon Davidson, but I believe we need to draft somebody that can play the Michael Brockers role to be that guy that's taking up those double teams. So I really don't think that player is on this team developed already, but I really feel like with this team that we have, we're just like one edge rusher on the outside away from being the Rams. If we can go get Michael Parsons, we pretty much have the perfect players to play the scheme that Staley already runs. So I really think that it's going to be Brad Holmes and Staley because they fit the scheme. Personally, if I went with who I want, personally, I think we should be going. I don't know if we interviewed the Bills. Did we interview the Bills offensive coordinator? Brian DeBoer? I don't think he was on the list. No. That's who I wanted. I wanted him or Arthur Smith. Personally, out of the list that we have, I want Arthur Smith, but I really think it's going to be Brad Holmes and it's going to be Staley because they fit what we have already here in place. It don't make sense to try to switch everything. We get Robert Saleh, we're going to have to change mainly the whole personnel because we don't have the personnel to play 4-3. We're going to have to bring in the defensive ends and bring in bigger players. So that's going to be like a full rebuild on the defense. If we just want to stick with what we have, you stick with, I would say Brad Holmes and Staley are probably the front runners because we have the players to run their scheme. And I feel like that would be the smartest move. You bring in somebody that knows how to run Sean McVay's offense, because as we know, Staley kind of knows his offense from practices and being around him. So he pretty much probably has one of his disciples that he knows of, McVay, that he's going to probably try to bring over with him to run our offense. But that's who I think is going to be the next GM and head coach. It's going to probably be Brad Holmes and Staley is our coach.
Hey, Mike, I want you to hit this question up. This is from the homie Twisted Torch. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to him. He said, who do you think we can get a free agency to upgrade at the safety position? Because personally, I don't give a damn. You can get Saquon from up in Walmart. For all I care.
Oh, free agency. Honestly, I think what should happen. I think they need to get a veteran free safety to kind of mold and help the younger free agent that they will get in maybe the second or third round. But they need a veteran to kind of go along with AJ Terrell. I think he's going to be a damn good corner. I think he's going to be an all-pro, to be honest. But I think they need to go after a veteran free safety. Don't know exactly who at this point, because you're going to have some guys that's going to hit. They're going to get cut. So it's a wait and see. But I think they should go after a veteran free safety first. That definitely has more range than. No, he had more range than damn Ricardo Allen. We good. Like, we good. I think Taylor Hawkins are going to be okay. I still like what he provides. He provides that size and athleticism. We don't know what he's going to be. He could very well be the free safety or the strong safety for the Falcons. So it's like, I would definitely in free agency draft a young free agent, a project player like a DeMonte Casey was supposed to be for the Falcons, but get a definitely a free safety with experience in free agency. Don't know who, but yeah.
I know a guy that we could bring in, Mike, but he's not. He's going to be too expensive, probably. I like Justin Simmons that played with Denver, but he's going to be too expensive though. I think he's about to get that bankroll. Like, he about to get the bag, because he's been balling for Denver. So I don't think we can afford him. If we could afford him, he has range. He can hit. He can do pretty much everything at that free safety spot. But I think you're right. We're going to have to continue to develop the guys we got. I don't really think we have the money to actually pay, unless we go and just get somebody that's, like you said, gets cut. Somebody that I really wanted us to bring in. I don't know what y'all think about him, but I feel like we should look at HaHa Clinton-Dix. He was not playing for nobody, and HaHa, he has skills. He has more range than Ricardo, and he is on the free. He ain't signed by nobody. He's at home right now. He on a couch somewhere, dog.
Yeah. You could throw a butterfly back there that had more range than Ricardo.
Man, that dude up there look like he playing like he up there watching butterflies and shit. Like, oh, the damn ball! Oh, he threw the ball. Like, that's what this should have been slow as hell, man. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Hey, what was that South Park episode where Randy Marsh was like, "Ooh, I'm a pretty butterfly." Hold on. I'm gonna get the Tony Wright question he got for me. He said there was a lot of hamstring injuries, growing injuries due to no OTAs or training camp. Julio will have another 1,400 yards in 2021, in spite of what anyone says. Your take? I think if they get a running game, you won't need Julio to get 1,400 yards.
Yeah. I don't want Julio getting 1,400 yards anymore. I want that to be Calvin Ridley. That's what I meant by him being the big play receiver. If we need big plays, go to Calvin Ridley. If we need consistency, then Julio is more than capable of being that. But we don't need to put all this pressure on Julio to be the big play guy. He can still be that. He's still Julio Jones, but we don't need to like have him out here running down, 20, 30 you have fly routes and stuff like that. I don't want Julio doing that type of stuff anymore. I want that to be Calvin Ridley.
Exactly. Like I said, if Julio get about 8, 9, maybe 1,000, like I said, that's fine.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we still need this running game to we need a running game to take the pressure off of both of them.
We got Hayden Hurst. We don't need Julio to have 1,400 yards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have options. I mean, Russell Gage, I think he's a free agent. He might be a restricted free agent. If he signed one somewhere else, the Falcons will pick up a compensation pick for him. But like we have options on the offensive side of the ball. It's like that's the one thing about the Falcons offense, as far as their receivers are concerned. Like we have very good receivers. We don't need Julio to be, the Julio of old. That's all good and all, but it's like we have Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley is a very good receiver. But I don't know who this was who said this, but it's like I think it was, I don't know who it was, but he was saying, do we keep Calvin Ridley if he asks for too much money contract extension? I don't know, man. That's something that I don't know. I honestly would leave that to the head coach, because on one side, I don't like the fact that this dude that man said ankle.
I'm sorry, man. Bruce Wayne
like you got ankle weights on.
He was talking about, I'm telling you, Allen was looking aged back there like Benjamin Button, 30 years old wine. Now that dude look like craft beer that's 4 or 5 years old that tastes like shit when you open the can.
Rico, bro.
He said we got it. He said Bruce Wayne also said he looked like Gouda cheese kind of old. Man, y'all killing this dude. I'm about to say shit. What? I guess we gotta do it like that. Every show we just gotta roast
roast somebody. Hey, Ricardo Allen, man.
Hey, like I said, he looked old back there, but he looked a lot better than Jerome Carter did in that Packers game.
Ooh, boy. Yeah.
Rico could have stayed on his feet.
That boy was falling all on
hey, boy, that boy fell so much, boy, they had to put a damn button on him. All right, Ryan Wonder said, what about Julio 2016? Well, Julio 2016, even though that was like one of his best statistical years, he really wasn't the big play guy as far as
he wasn't
downfield. That was Taylor Gabriel. They used him for the deep plays. Julio was a yardage guy that year.
Yeah.
And it would just basically just get the ball in his hands and let him do it.
That's how you preserve.
Exactly.
That's how you preserve players that way.
Sensei G said Rico equals rangeless rover. There, you say that boy ain't got no tires on the Range Rover, bro. He's running on
Damn.
He said, we got Salim Al Nas. Said, what do you think of Laquan Treadwell, and why do you think he didn't get that many chances last year?
Because dumbass.
Yeah, basically, former friend, stupid ass, didn't use everybody. Because Laquan Treadwell was the second biggest receiver we had, and we didn't use him. We had a bunch of kickers.
We saw where he was, and like he was a solid red zone target, and we didn't use him.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you gotta when you got big body receivers like that, like I said, you running them hook route combinations and stuff like that is perfect when you got big body receivers. But like I said, when you have a bunch of punt and kick return specialists playing wide receiver, them routes ain't gonna work, especially if they ain't trying to get hit. Oh no! Wait a minute,
Man, y'all, damn, that man said you don't got as much range as a Nokia Boost Mobile phone.
Hold on, wait a minute. Devon Stanford said Rico be standing in the backfield, lost in space. Hold on,
Hey, man.
Hey, look at this one. It said Rico got as much range as a Nokia on Boost Mobile.
Oh my God. That is
That's
bad.
perfect. That's perfect. He's a track phone back there. Hold on, we got. He said, LaTravis, LT, what's going on, Pepper? He said, when was he a solid red zone target? Hey, shit. He didn't get that many catches, but he got the catches he got were touchdowns. So, hey.
Yeah, he was a solid red zone target. Like he was a solid. He definitely had a couple of catches, like not only in the red zone, but like he was a really good blocker on that play. I believe it was the last game of the year, where Brian Hill broke free and ran what was it, 30, 40 yards or something like that?
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, he was free. Yeah, he was a solid player when he got a chance, but he was a solid red zone target for him.
Bro,
He opened a lot of stuff up. He opened a lot of stuff up for a lot of players in the red zone.
I don't know why every time I'm on this show, it's all, hey, man.
They still going in on. God.
Bob Stafford said Ruco is working on 3G towers. Quentin Willis said Treadwell didn't get more chances because Keith Smith passed him on the depth chart. Oh, man. Hey, y'all crazy, man. Oh, hold on. Tell Sports and Gaming, we're gonna get this one. He said Rico playing the mini mighty mo on what teammate DB he's gonna help. That's why he's always late. I got you, and then leave the motherfucker open on the other side. All right, I want you to get this question right here. This is Spencer Montgomery right here. He says, do you think Julio Jones should be head coach with Arthur Smith and trade Ryan for Matt Jones?
Man, sit your ass down with that bullshit.
I guess he was talking about the way Julio Jones was looking at Raheem Morris them last couple games.
Hey,
you were ready to stomp that ass out. He was ready to stomp his ass out, but like, bro, you said
Julio was mad. Julio was mad as hell. I think I respect him more as a head coach than I respect them Raheem Morris. I can tell you that much.
I mean, like, bro, you had Julio Jones giving advice to defensive linemen. And the defense,
come on, man. What is that?
Boy said he tripping.
That man said Julio Jones is head coach.
Oh, here goes Devon Stafford. He done reiterated what we said. He said Rico must be that kid in the backfield playing with a butterfly while the play breaks down.
I'm playing with a butterfly.
Bro, I don't know. Bro, after that first Saints game where he left Deion Jones out to dry on that go route, I was done.
Oh man,
I was done. Like, bruh, you literally left your linebacker out to dry on that damn play. He said, Reggie said, Rico out here playing like the Masked Singer. Who's it going to be this week? No. Hold on, let's see what else we got. Bruce Wayne got a question here too, and I think we kind of wonder this too, and why we on a goddamn get a new coaching staff thing. He said, I thought I read somewhere that Treadwell could not catch according to the coaches, And whatever happened to Deion Buchanan?
Man, I don't know what the hell. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell happened to Deion Buchanan because I ain't seen or heard from him since, man.
Well,
That man
last
don't
time we
feel
saw
no praise
Deion
on earth.
Buchanan, he was motherfucking lifting weights. It looked
That's
like
it.
he said Rhino TG says, would you select the Oregon safety in the second or third round? Like I said, we got to kind of look into him again as far as what we think, because I know it's not really close to where we look at as far as the college players. I've heard of this guy, but I got to look more into it, especially when it comes close to the combine season, because these players gonna get based on.
Yeah, I wanna see. Yeah, I just want to wait for the head coach and general manager to be hired before I start that process. But I've heard good things about him. Like I said, I just want to see for myself because a lot of people they look for certain things when it comes down to drafting. They don't look at the right things when it comes down to certain positions. They just look at the stats and he did this. I like to watch their footwork and their like the small things about playing safety at each position.
Look at this Ghost Pepper. Rico being in the backfield riding on Great Space Coaster.
Hey.
Bro, they is killing Rico right now, boy. Hey, bring him on. Shoot, bring him on. Steve-O, what's going on, man? He said, Julio is my guy, believe me, but can you guys talk to Julio and Matt touchdown production? I think Julio only has double-digit touchdowns twice.
He's triple team. The man is triple team. He's triple team in the.
But you also
never get 1-on-1.
When
is the last time you see Julio get 1-on-1s in the red zone?
When you
he's
play
always done.
When you play rookie on Madden, that's probably the last time.
That's it.
That's probably like Madden 13 or something like that. But you also have to think about it as well. Like Matt does force certain passes to Julio, but he doesn't really force it to him a lot. You got to, like I said, and when you get older, you got to have to realize at certain points that you can't really force it to one guy. You have to kind of spread the wealth, and it prolongs everybody. So it kind of go down like that. Right. Hold on, we gotta get some more of these Rico jokes going on, man. Devon Stanford came with another one. He said, I bet Rico be thinking after Dan Quinn went to Dallas, how about them Cowboys? Well, that sounds like Skip Bayless right there.
Skip Bayless. Hey man, look. I know they'll love Dan Ricardo down there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know that. I know Jerry Jones gonna love Dan Quinn because Dan Quinn is a pushover in his eyes.
Oh, ooh,
he's a pushover to his eyes. You know, Jerry Jones like them pushovers more than anything.
Anybody he can control, he damn sure go. Yeah, I didn't even think about it that way.
Isaac Crime said Rico is the only player in the secondary with a pager.
What a pager, damn.
I got the hookup. Oh my God. Oh man. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what else. Steve-O said he thinks I'm more athletic than Rico. God. Wow. Boy, if I'm more athletic than Rico, then that is bad. I'm not built as a safety, boy. I'm 5'11", 315 pounds. And I got more athleticism than Rico, then that's sad. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, Patricia Davis agree with me. Yeah, Dan Quinn is definitely a pushover. Let's see. Triple G said something here too. He said Julio wasn't a big touchdown guy in college neither. Shit, all that damn talent they have in Alabama, shit, shoot.
And you don't really need Julio like that. He was the big play threat at Alabama. He wasn't necessarily the touchdown guy. Like you ain't gonna leave Julio 1-1.
Nah, you do. You got. Like I said, it's bracket coverage, bro. Bracket coverage plays a lot into guys getting passes. Let me see. Let's see what else. I said, it looks like we ain't got that many more questions.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and end it in a few.
All right, I'll let you go ahead and do it, man.
Let's just get this from what was that? I don't even know. Salim
Al Nas.
Yeah.
Which one you got right here? Do you really think we need a running back, or do we need more blocking for the running back? I think the run game started to pick up a bit in the last games.
Yeah,
because Matt Hennessy was playing.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Gano was playing. So James Carpenter's ass need to go too. And I've said this plenty of times.
Oh my God. Yeah, that dude is a bomb, man. that dude is an absolute bomb. That was another one of Thomas Dimitrov signings on the offensive line.
Exactly. He was great. He was absolutely awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Thomas Dimitrov was the greatest GM we ever had. There's nobody. Quentin Willis said Rico still rocks. Carl Kanai jeans. No, we going back to the 90s on their ass. Damn. Rico looked that old. That's just bad. He just really looks old, and he's not.
He looks old as hell. He really does look old as hell.
But he's not old. It's just he was never really an athletic type of guy.
Yeah, and we put him at free safety, the most important position in the secondary. That you gotta have athleticism to play there.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have range to be able to play there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man. Too, because he has somewhat range, but he is on the Robert Alford side of the game when it comes to angles and doing things like that.
Right.
But Rico tapes his ankles before and after the game. All right, man. You want to go ahead and close it out right here, man?
Yeah. We're going to continue to give everybody updates. Stay tuned for not necessarily stay tuned, but go to not only K Styles. You check out his channel. He got some Atlanta Hawks stuff. He got some Atlanta Hawks, Atlanta Falcons. He's going to continue to update you guys with more content. You can check out Jew. He just like myself. He updates on a lot of Atlanta Falcons content, news, and whatnot. So stay tuned for his videos. Miss Maggie T, you can check her out also at Miss Maggie T. Her channel as well, trying to get to that 300. Man, we're going to give you Atlanta Hawks. We're going to give you a lot of Atlanta Falcons. Hell, when the Braves get started, we're going to give you Atlanta Braves. Hell, we might even do a show where we, go on talking about, that's what Kicking with K Styles is. We're talking about everything, when the season is not. We're going to do everything, man. So if you guys want what was that, K?
I was about to say, just Kicking It with K Styles every Monday, 7 p.m.
That's it.
That's it. We talk about whatever.
We talk about absolutely whatever. You never know who's going to show up to Kick It with K Styles. So, hey, man, please check us out there. But that's it, man. That's all I got to say about that. I appreciate everybody for joining in. We always, every time we do a live, we end up going longer than what we expect. So I appreciate everybody, man. This man here is still going. Reggie's still going, man. Y'all ain't letting up on Rico, boy.
Hey, I was about to say, if I can get the update, we can do that too. Just make sure. Just make sure your girl ain't watching either, because they're gonna come pigs. But you have to watch that on YouTube, because that is not on TV. So I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, we still had. Yeah, that's Thomas Dimitrov, Tony, bro. Like that's Thomas Dimitrov having that Shane Hollow. But that man is drafted some horrible offensive line and signed some offensive linemen. That dude don't know nothing about trench play.
Good question. Yeah. Like you said, since you said Sean Harlow, only thing I gotta tell Tony Wright and everybody in here, if you want the reputation of Thomas Dimitrov and his drafting outside of Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, look up the 2012 NFL draft.
Oh boy. Oh my God!
I'll tell you everything right there. And look how long each player lasted in the league.
Bro, that's after one of the most important years. He drafted an absolute dud draft player right after one of our best years. Like, what the? That's how you do us?
And give you the preview, most of those players didn't last 4 years in the NFL.
Not even last a whole 4 years in the NFL. Gone soon there. Like, what the bloody hell? So yeah, we appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. You guys continue to, support us here at what the hell are we? AFN. Damn.
we still the heavy hitters, but this was
still the heavy hitters.
We still the heavy hitters, but this wasn't a heavy hitter show. This is a heavy hitter.
Hey man, heavy hitters is still gonna be on, man. Like I said, you guys just continue to support us. This is the heavy hitters crew. I guess this is what it's in, man. So you tell everybody what you got coming up before we get out.
I'm gonna have some of that more playoff content, because we know last week I did my prediction. I was pretty good last week. I was wrong about the Titans. I was right about the Browns beating the Steelers, so I was happy about that, because that was my upset special of the week. The Browns almost dropped to 50. They beat the brakes off the Steelers, so I was happy about that. Shout out to Taylor Heineke, man. Dude was balling for the Washington football team. Get that man a job. He need to be a backup somewhere, because Taylor Heineke was giving the Bucs all they wanted. He gave them all they wanted in that playoff game. But it was some good games. Like this week, I'm definitely going to have coming up before the weekend my picks for the divisional round. Also going to be breaking down, if they drop the news of who the GM is or who the head coach is, hopefully we can drop some of that content. But it's been some bombshells dropped in the NBA today. I don't know if you guys seen James Harden is now on the Nets. I was just looking at it on my phone and I was like, what? So I got definitely going to drop some NBA content, because all of this, man, it's going to shake the league. I really don't think that they still going to be able to mess with the Lakers, because they don't have the bigs. And like K-Styles was saying, we all know that KD needs the ball, James Harden is a ball hog, and Kyrie is a ball hog. So I don't know how well that's going to work with those three on one team together. I don't think it's going to be enough basketballs to go around. So, but I'm definitely going to have more content coming for you guys. I haven't really got deep into my Cavaliers content yet, because I'm still trying to do the Falcons content, but definitely going to continue to bring you guys that Falcons content, because we got so much to talk about. Like, once the coach and the GM gets picked, then we really going to have something to talk about. Like, we probably going to be doing a lot of these live streams, because once that drop, then we'll kind of know what direction we're really going in. Right now, it's just the wait and see approach. We basically are just guessing. We don't know what, we given what we think was going to happen, but I know for a fact, last year I did my my draft board, and it seemed like every year the Falcons never pick what player I think that they're going to draft. Like, every year I want them to draft a certain player, and the Falcons go a totally different way. Like, I had AJ Terrell on my board, but not at number 1. So the year we took Keanu Neal, I didn't have him going number 1. That was out of the blue. So I know once the GM and the head coach is picked, it'll kind of give us an idea of what we're trying to do. But right now, everything is just wait and see. So y'all guys keep your eyes peeled. I'm at 793 subscribers. So I just need 7 people to hit that subscribe button.
Hey, 7 people that haven't subscribed to Jew Talk Sports right now.
Hey, go hit that subscribe button. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button. We on the quest of 1,000. Look, I'm trying to be AFN to 1,000. We in this together. But hey, y'all do it. Look, as country say, y'all do a country boy a favor. Y'all do Jew a favor and just hit the subscribe button. I see y'all tuning in. I had over 1,000 subscribers on my one video with Justin Fields, because I know y'all love talking about quarterbacks. So maybe I need to do another quarterback. Yeah, man. Everybody was all over that, man. But with that being said, I just appreciate each and every one of y'all continuing to support us here at AFN. I'm gonna kick it back over to K Styles, but I appreciate y'all having me on. I just jumped on real quick after I got off work. I'm like, oh, they live? Let me hop in there real quick and talk some drafts and coaching, because we got a lot of new stuff coming for our Atlanta Falcons. A whole new coaching shop, a whole new rebuild is gonna happen. As far as not even the rebuild, but the re-up. The whole new culture is coming to Atlanta. So I'm ready to get a new vision. The brotherhood is done, and now we're gonna see what this new head coach and GM is talking about.
Well, like I said, we appreciate everybody tuning in on this impromptu live. Like I said, I'm just K Styles. I'm on the road to 200. I need about 86 more of y'all to do it, but like I said, I still have fun doing this, and this is gonna go off to Steve Nash right quick. I feel sorry, and you got to deal with 3 crybabies.
Oh man!
Oh, Lord have mercy. You gave up your defense and told your picks. The harmonica's not here. My drum.
That man got a whole phone for y'all, man.
So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Man, everybody wants the harmony. Damn it! Hold on. Before I leave, since everybody's asking for it, goddamn, let me go get it. Let me go get it if I can find it.
He should have hit him with his Popeyes line. He would have been good.
Hey, he got to get it. He always got to get that one.
All right. Wait a minute.
Hit him one time with it.
Ooh, baby. I'm just K Styles. All right.
Hey man, only here. That's what you gonna get.
Come on, talking about no harmonica. Let me unsubscribe and protest.
Oh,
hold on, I need to subscribe. Hold on.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I might have to start a show like that again.
Hey man, we're gonna start heavy hitting from now on.
We're talking about on the next episode of Unsung K Styles. Hey,
oh, man.
like I tell the people here, man. Like I said, before I joined AFN and Jew and all the family here, this type of stuff I wouldn't even do. I wasn't even really a people person.
He's not. It took a whole year to try to convince him to get to the board.
So I'm kind of a year and a half late in the game, as we can say. But at the end of the day, I enjoy doing this stuff, and I enjoy talking to y'all and everybody here. So yeah, I'm still on that road to 200. But if it takes a long time, I'm not mad, because at the end of the day, is therapy for me.
Absolutely, man. And like I said, we appreciate it. Yeah, everybody continue to support us. I'm on that road to 5K. K Styles on that 200. He's gonna get there a lot sooner. But I appreciate everybody for joining us, man. We about to go. I'm hungry as hell. I'm up here starving. I haven't had any damn thing. I forgot that I haven't eaten. Doing all this damn work. I forgot to eat. But I'm out. I'm out, man. Peace.
Yeah. Deuces. I'm gonna get my daughter before she start tearing up the damn place.
Trust, I know what that about.
It's